Welcome back. I am Pastor Doug, and this is part 7, and the final part in our series entitled, The Life of Nonsense. Some of the most bizarre behaviors are being currently exhibited and promoted by some who claim to be Christians. No wonder that after viewing or hearing of such nonsense, that worldly unbelievers perceive such Christians, so-called, as being the fruitcakes that they make themselves out to be. Such nonsense and apostasy only goes to confirm that the end times are at the door. 2 Timothy 4:3 and 4. The good news that Solomon discovered in his search for purpose and meaning is that when and where God actually is involved, anything can have meaning and purpose. Rather in work, play, or private time, we are sending out messages, either positive and reinforcing, or negative and destructive to the spiritual life of those in our personal periphery. Where, how, and when we spend our time and resources speaks volumes about the priorities we have established for ourselves. Many parents go to exhausting extremes to provide a secular education for success in the devil's world, but invest relatively little time or resources in the spiritual life or eternal futures of these same children. When we leave God out, even good things can lose their meaning and purpose. Career, family, friends, relationships, and personal goals that are not consistent with the plan and purpose for our lives can be just as destructive as they can be contributive to our success. Luke 14:26. Anything or anyone that would cause us to compromise who and what we are in Christ needs to be addressed. If a physical separation is not possible, we need to at least void ourselves of their negative influence if we are to free ourselves from the life of nonsense they promote. In order to see the good in the things that remain, we must have an ever-present consciousness of God and the things of God. We are never alone. Even when there are no people around, we are never apart from the observation of God and are not aware of the presence of observing angels, fallen and elect. If most of us were to develop a consciousness of the fact that the omniscient, that is the all-knowing, and the omnipresent, that is the everywhere present at the same time, God is with us wherever we are and knows of all that we think as well as what we do, most of us would begin to rethink about the way we spend much of the time that God has given us for the primary purpose of glorifying Him. We would have a lot of nonsensical activities removed and find a lot more time for God and the things of God. how much of our time and resources we invest and spend in nonsense, and how much of our time and resources we spend in executing the post-salvation spiritual life is a choice that we make every day. No matter where we are or what we are doing, we can choose to make choices that glorify God and thereby give meaning, purpose, and definition to our daily lives and avoid an earthly life of nonsense with its eternal consequences.